So I learned this as Indian cappuccino. It's pretty stellar. Works in a pinch. But, it's been a while, hasn't it? Specifically, it's been about 8 months. And here we go. So, if you didn't notice, I have been away for an extended period of time. No videos have come out, and there has been no word from me on my social media at all. And that is because I went through something extremely personal, and that is what this video is about. I want to run through what happened to me, what I did, and exactly what led up to that, to those things happening, and how things are gonna change going forward. To make a long story short, around this time last year, so last spring, I was going through a very tough time. I was finding it extremely hard making any videos. I was completely out of my creative juices. I was just not having any creative ideas, and basically found myself in a really precarious situation. And after talking to a therapist and going to a few sessions, I was shocked to find out that I had actually burned myself out doing the thing that I actually love. And not only that, gotten myself into a state of depression. Cool. And now, after, well, taking a step back, recovering, healing, correcting a lot of things that I did wrong, and, well, a lot of self-reflection and analyzing of what happened, I've come to the conclusion that there were basically 4 very important things that went wrong that contributed to my rampaging drive off the cliff that was my mental health. Driving my mental health off a cliff. There was a metaphor there, and it got lost. And I want to go through those 4 things because, well, I want to open the book and shed some light on why I've been gone, why there will be significant changes going forward, and hopefully to have a chance to work as a cautionary tale for some other creator who might be doing the same mistakes that I was, so that they might have the chance to stomp on the brakes before they drive their mental health off a cliff as well. See, we got back around to the metaphor. Great. So number 1 has a lot to do with how I got started with content creation. So back about 4 years ago when I started my YouTube channel, I did what a lot of aspiring new creators do, which was watch a lot of videos about how to make it on YouTube and how to grow your channel and how to become successful very quickly. Well, for me, I actually got to the point where I borderline worshipped some channels that made their whole niche teaching aspiring creators the ins and outs and how-tos of content creation. Well, during that time, the most important tips and tricks and ideas was that you need to upload consistently, you need to treat your channel like a business, and, well, the third one was the general idea that if you're not willing to put in the work, you're gonna fail, and someone else who will put in the work will surpass you. There is a nugget of truth in there, but it was overblown into if you're not willing to put in every minute of every day into your channel, you will not make it because someone else will. That's only slightly over dramatized as to what it actually was. Now, if that sounds unhealthy to you, that's because, well, it fucking is. It is extremely healthy, but unhealthy. Not healthy, unhealthy. Because that is just some like hustle culture grind set right there. It is absolutely ridiculous and stupid. And that is when you overblow it like that. But the thing is, that is what was being told, and I listened, because it really fed to number 2, which is my personality. I'm a very, very driven person. If I get interested in something, if something captures my creative thirst, I immerse myself in it. I go all out. So this whole idea that, well, you need to put in extreme amounts of work and you need to be constantly working and making yourself better, making your content better, it really fed to that part of my personality. Basically, it gave me a out or permission to fully immerse myself into it, because this is just what you need to do. That was a lot of quotation marks. And this, of course, also worked really well with me not liking my current day job. Basically, I really wanted to get out from working for someone else. So this would be my chance. I could make content creation my career, my job, get out from working for someone else, blah, 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 blah. So basically all the pieces were in place for that ideology to really root and flourish. So from an outsider's perspective, or looking back now, I think it's pretty easy to see that that was ridiculous. And that is an extremely unhealthy way of thinking or doing anything. That leads to point number 3, which is the idea that, well, that won't happen to me. You see, I've always been a person who is very in tune with how I'm feeling at whatever time, how I'm doing. I do a lot of self-reflection, and I've always been able to kind of keep a finger on my own pulse. That's a weird way of saying that, but whatever. Even through the harder times of my life. So of course that led to me having my hubris saying that, well, if I know myself that well, then of course I won't get caught. Well, now you see. But of course, when you've been giving up a lot of things and putting so much work into something for so many years, for such a long time, it becomes really hard to accept that maybe you need to take a step back. Maybe you need to let this go for a little bit. Maybe the energy and time you're putting in hasn't been worth it. But all of those led to the biggest mistake of them all. So that would be number 4. And that is that I lost myself in my work. I lost the line of where those things are separate. I became my work. Content creation became me. So I completely lost the ability to tell the difference between what is good for me and what is good for my content creation or my business or my work. Basically, everything became about my work. Going out and having fun, well, that wasn't gonna progress my work. That wasn't gonna make my channel more successful. So that needed to be minimized and at one point, finally get cut out completely. Seeing loved ones or relaxing, well, that's all time that I could spend on my work, on making my channel more successful. Well, that needed to be then minimized, and just everyone who wanted a piece of my time needed to just step back and wait, because I had to work, because my time was so damn valuable. Now, if any of this sounds familiar, I feel for you. I do recommend getting help, because it can be extremely hard to notice when that thing happens to you, when you get consumed by work. The people around you probably do see it, but if they care about you, they might not say anything, because this is so important to you. So I do recommend talk to someone, because, well, for me, it took a very long time, way longer than it ever should have. for me to actually notice what was happening. And that took talking to a professional. But when I finally did caught on to what had happened, I was appalled by the things that had been going on, the person I had become. And at that point, I realized that I had to take a step back. I had to recalibrate. I had to stop making content completely until I could figure this thing out. During my time away, I've been living life. I've been spending a lot of time with loved ones. I've been reading books that I've wanted to read for a long time. And most importantly, I've been having fun and learning how to relax again. Now, I suppose you could say that I've been trying to find myself, but that would be a bit on the nose, like I said. So I won't say that, but I kind of am saying that. But regardless, in terms of content creation, I haven't actually been completely off of it this whole time. After about 2 months of being out of it completely and not doing anything regarding that, I did crave to get back. I enjoy it as a medium. I enjoyed doing this. I enjoyed taking my ideas and just filming them and making it somehow interesting, fun. I don't know about that. Good looking, maybe. But it's just something that I really enjoy doing. So I did actually find myself starting to plan videos again and start writing scripts again. I found that creative spark again. And I needed to, well, let it fly. And I did, but I haven't shot anything. I haven't done any YouTube video after that. I've tried to record this video 3 times before, but I've re-scripted it, thought about it, re-planned it many times. The first time I tried to record this video was actually 4 months ago, but it wasn't time. And I think it's time now. I think this is the one that's gonna go out. But I know that now that I am planning to return, I need to be very conscious of how I want to do that so I don't burn myself out again and I don't let it consume me again. So that is why there are gonna be a lot of changes. Well, not a lot of changes, but some big changes. So let's talk about that. Basically, from here on out, I am going to shove out any ideas of what someone else has of how I should do this. I will still consider my channel a business, but it is also just a fun creative outlet that happens to also be a business. So, first of all, set schedule. I won't have one. I will not release weekly videos, at least not planned. That might still happen, but that will just be a happy coincidence. I will most likely release a video a month at least, but I make no promises because I don't want to be confined by the stress of that timetable. I don't have to be that like hardcore business-wise about this. I wonder if you can hear that. The washing machine is being really loud. The main topic of my videos is still going to be photography though. So cameras, photography tips, lens reviews, camera gear, all of that good stuff. But there's also gonna be probably more other stuff as well. So things that I've done before, like some coffee videos or the steering wheel video or things like that. Just like fun little creative projects that pop into my head. Sure, I'll give it a shot. So basically, when everyone else is telling me to niche down, if I want to make it, I'm going to remove those shackles from myself. I still have a general idea, I'm still going to be a photography channel, but I'm going to do other stuff as well. So does that mean that I won't make it as a big creator, or does that mean that it's going to have a negative impact on my views and things? Maybe, but I'm kind of over caring about that. So I'm just not going to care about that. At least not for now. Maybe at some point. I don't know. We'll see. Now, if any of this sounds like stuff that you do not care about at all, or if this means that you want to unsubscribe and not watch my stuff anymore, that's fine. And I can understand that. And if that is the case, then I thank you for watching so far and being with me on this journey so far. But if this sounds like it might be something you're interested in, then I'll be glad to have you along for the ride, because it's going to be an interesting one. Anyway, that's all I wanted to get out. I think this might be a long one, but I'm not entirely sure. We'll see how the edit goes. I've recorded about 25 minutes of material, I guess. Jeez. But if you watched all this way, I appreciate you and I thank you. And I'm happy to be back. And I can't wait to get started again making videos, because I've really missed it. I guess that's everything. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great rest of your week, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye. I haven't recorded a video before this, or before the 3. My washing machine just fucking blew up. Anyway,